shoulder, but couldn't quite find a way through. Crossfield kick to... Oh, it's going to be a try for Connacht. Cian Kelleher stayed wide. Carty spotted him. Clever play. Oh, Halloran was out, was it? The man out wide.
Yeah, a lovely bit of vision there, and Cian Kelleher opening the score sheet, but a lot of patience shown by Connacht. With a little bit of sprinkling of bloody little offloading game as well. Once again, Jared Butler that started the move, the option of the line out. I think that's his second take, and he's turning into quite a safe pair of hands at the front of the line out. Jack Carty almost made it, decided to not go for the try line, brought it back, and a couple of hit-ups later, and it was a great bit of vision that the Glasgow defence had been sucked in, and an easy score for Cian Kelleher.
And had the presence of mind to just come in field a bit, make the conversion that bit easier.
Yeah, and from Glasgow's point of view, they've been, I suppose, a bit guilty of what Connacht were in the first couple of minutes, a bit passive in defence, and rather than meeting the attacker on the gain line, soaking away, letting the Connacht players get over the gain line, and we can see what can happen with the vision of Jack Carty.
And Carty, similar position to his penalty, a little bit nearer the line of the posts. No mistake again from Carty, and good recovery for Connacht. Try for Cian Kelleher, and they open a 5-point gap.
Yeah, Jack Carty, he always has that vision. He's never shy in confidence to try the crossfield kicks, and when it comes off like that, it's an easy score for Cian Kelleher. But for Glasgow now, they'll be hoping to put some pressure now on this restart and not give away any silly penalties like they did in the previous occasion.
Well, Hogg certainly gives the chasers a chance. He gets great height and hang time on these dropouts. There we go again. Oh, Van der Merwe definitely had a chance of getting the ball that time and got hands to it. Line out taken quickly by Glasgow, looking to spin, catch Connacht off guard, but the Connacht defence swept across. Kebbel, lovely little pop-up pass. Hastings, is there a man over here? Van der Merwe racing into the 22. Oh, good chasing tackle. Ball bobbled around loose. Referee perfectly placed. Didn't go forward. Rob Harley was the first one in support. Glasgow, great response now to that Connacht score. Can they turn it into points on the board? Just trying to turn the ball, slow ball into quick ball, and the space opens up. George Turner saw his opportunity and raced away unopposed. Where were the Connacht defence?
Yeah, and Peter Wilkins, the defence coach for Connacht Rugby, will be absolutely livid there. You know, it's a golden rule, which is a ruck formed. You sort out your pillar and your A defender first of all, and then build from inside out. But to be fair to George Turner, he saw the opportunity and scored. And you know, he has a sniff for the try line. I think he scored 4 tries in 19 appearances last year, so that's not a bad strike rate for your hooker. I think the reason, because it's such a quick ball generated, that Connacht were trying to get into position. But as I said, because of the execution of the ruck was so efficient by the Glasgow players, there was just no opportunity to get there.
Well, less than 20 minutes on the clock, 3 tries scored. Sides level on 10 points. Horn has this conversion opportunity to put the visitors 2 points in front. Yeah, good kick from Horn. Missed the first conversion from way out wide, but gets that one. Glasgow in front again.
Yeah, and look, when you play against Glasgow, you know they're going to be brutally efficient at the breakdown. They always try and manipulate a ruck and create quick ball with the minimum of players. And you saw there was a fantastic clear out. I'm not sure who it was by, but it just allowed George Turner the open up the space to score the try.
Little change of direction from Carty. Van der Merwe was aware. Horn, George Horn that is, trying to sneak down the blind side, but a foot in touch. His brother Peter playing in the centre.
But 20 minutes in, you can see the conditions are really dictating the type of game we're seeing today, and it's fantastic from a neutral point of view. Free-flowing rugby, which is what the crowd have come to see. Connacht have changed their line out a little bit here.
Gray got a hand in, but it's been won by Connacht under a little bit of pressure. Oh, Blade fumble, but he kept his eye on the ball. Good strength from Thomas Farrell. A little bit of crawling along the ground with the ball and popped up nicely to Paul Boyle. Academy player, he settled in well though to the game of this level. O'Halloran into the line from fullback, stopped on the 22. Oh, Blade struggling a little bit. Glasgow have slowed it right down here. Blade in two minds, goes to Delan, accelerating into two tacklers. And Blade wins the penalty and taps and takes quickly, but doesn't find support with the pass. Healy scooping the ball off the ground. Blade under pressure. Oh, regretting now not taking the shot at goal, I'm sure. Well, can he retain that decision? Can Connacht and his teammates help? There's another penalty coming. Carty nearly got isolated, but good body position. O'Halloran, great feet from him, charging into Hogg. Oh, there's a lot of penalties counting here. Oh, what a take from Bealham, and he's in. What brilliant play. Oh, more like a back row or a centre from Bealham. Came on a brilliant line, and the big smiles in the crowd of the sports ground.
Yeah, it was a lovely pass by Caelan Blade. From a Glasgow point of view, it was your worst nightmare because from the defender's point of view, in your vision, you had Alton Delan running at you. And because Bealham was just beside him, the defender didn't know who was going to get the ball, and Bealham ran a fantastic line and scored, in the end, a really easy try. Yeah, you just saw there, the defender was just drawn in to Alton Delan, lovely little movement. And from that, I think it was the second row, Scott Cummins, and from that, there was no stopping Finlay Bealham from there with a clear run-in. But, you know, the attack all came from Tom Farrell, who made some hard yards there with a leg drive. And he was been outstanding last year for Connacht. I think it was their Player of the Year. And, you know, he has been touted as a potential bolter for for Joe Smith's World Cup squad.
Yeah, I guess if you're the defence and you see Alton Delan and Finlay Bealham, you're going to assume it'll be Delan will take the ball.
Well, that's it exactly, and that's what you want. You want multiple options from a scrum half point of view. Caelan Blade, you know, maybe he even was passing for Alton Delan there, but in the end, it went to Finlay Bealham, who had a clear run-in.
Well, different style of kick that time from Carty, but just as effective. Bealham's try converted, and Connacht, great response. 5 points in the lead again.
Yeah, and if you're Dave Rennie, you'll be scratching your head really. They started so positively, but the defence has really let them down. And as I said, that unusually for them, their aggression around the breakdown in defence has been lacking, and Connacht's ability to generate quick ball, we can see how dangerous the backs can be.
Oh, Van der Merwe gets up and wins this time. Lovely little handoff. Was it forward? No, touch judge right in place. Caelan Blade is
we've looked good with
appealing.
the ball at times. I think we, when we show a bit of patience, we're really working hard for our scores. We've let them in for two soft ones, which is disappointing. But you know, if we can keep our hands on the ball, play with that tempo and the intensity that we are showing at the moment, then it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Had to rip it out. Hogg in the line. Thought about the pass. But the defence had the attack outnumbered on that occasion, so Hogg made the right decision, set up another platform, patient play from him. Crossfield kick comes, Kelleher has to get up, Van der Merwe came in. Well, there's no one at home, long clearance Stanfield. It stayed in play. Oh, slow chase from Connacht. Was that touch to hand? The attempted block down. It's a way to touch anyway.
Yeah, both tens are seeing the crossfield kick as an option today, but on that occasion, Cian Kelleher saw that coming, even though it was a low trajectory kick, managed to put enough pressure on Van der Merwe, and it fell nicely for Tiernan O'Halloran to gain about 70 metres.
Director. Line out now for Connacht just in the Glasgow half. Cannon rises and wins. Well, the defence read that one. Kelleher coming in from the right wing. Oh, Heffernan right on the gain line, taking the pass on the burst. Blade has to rummage to get the ball out, does so. Buckley soft pass, but again well read. Shout of them all came. Now they go to Grant. Which way will the decision go? Yeah, carried in. Connacht just couldn't get the ball out quickly enough. Good work from Johnny Gray.
Yeah, despite the efforts of Dave Heffernan, who made a great run just previous to that, it hit James Cannon, and I think, you know, James Cannon, he has a very strong attributes in the game, and he dictates and controls the line out very well. But as a ball carrier, sometimes he can get caught high, and we saw there he was wrapped up by Johnny Gray and Scott Cummings there, textbook wise, and there's only going to be one outcome there. When it doesn't have to roll away when the move's called, it's a great turnover for Glasgow in a fantastic position with both left and right options available.
Yeah, Buckley's quick hands, if anything, put more pressure on Cannon than less, and Johnny Gray was able to flick off the tackle on Buckley and concentrate on the new ball carrier Cannon and win the turnover. Penalty, front rows go down.
Yeah, Dennis Buckley wasn't giving a good picture there. It's all about how you're showing yourself division to the referee, and Ian Davis deemed Dennis Buckley's position there to be wrong and guilty of collapsing the scrum. But interestingly, Hogg deciding not to go for the 3 points. The way he was striking them in the warm-up suggests that he might have had the distance, but they decided against it and have gone for an attacking line out in the Connacht 22.
Well, it really is end-to-end stuff. 2 tries apiece so far. Gray rises and wins. Connacht have managed to put him to ground. Referee not showing any signs that it was illegally, but Glasgow recover and get them all moving again. It's losing its shape slightly. There's appeals for the ball knocked on. Came off a green shirt of Paul Boyle. Scrum advantage. Well, advantage over now. Glasgow are playing real time. On they rumble, going infield here. Now they look to inject a bit of pace. Oh, just 3 meters short now. Wilson wants it. Fagerson is on his shoulder. Here's Wilson. Couldn't quite stretch and touch it down on the line. Harley. Good tackles come in, but the ball recycled. Is there an opportunity? Oh, Connacht. Oh, it's just throw the bodies on the line here. Can they hold it out? Well, the ball pops out. Well, it's a penalty. I think timeout. Are they going to go to the TMO here?
Yeah, for all Glasgow's expansive ambitions, they decided to go back to basics there with great effect, just to test the Connacht forwards up front. And we'll have to wait and see whether they got the touchdown or not.
Oh, Ian Davies having a few words with Johnny Gray, but all in good humour.
Well, for a big man, he got down very well. But the question is, did he get down with pressure? And we can't see from that angle, so...
It's hard to see the line here. Got to think the defender's feet are on the line. Carl Goodwin got in to whip the ball out. I don't think that can be awarded.
Well, Ian Davis did ask the question, is it try, yes or no?
Johnny Gray might be the only one, or Carl Goodwin may know whether it was really a try.
And Finlay Beelin will be breathing a sigh of relief. It was his missed tackle that let Johnny Gray almost score the try. as I said, for a big man, Johnny Gray did very well to try and get down as low as possible, but unfortunately it was inconclusive. But second best alternative, Glasgow have an attacking scrum in a great position.
Well, this will be a real test of the Connacht resolve now. Loads of options. And go either side, keep it at the feet of the number 8 and try and drive Connacht over. Well, this passage of play all started from a penalty from a scrum at halfway, so Connacht will feel confident. And here comes the shove. Referee's arm is out again. Penalty. Grigg tackled, driven to the ground.
Yeah, that was a strong scrum there by Xander Ferguson, putting Dennis Buckley under pressure, and he just twisted, and Dennis Buckley's hips there unfortunately just came out to the left, and once that happens there's only going to be one winner, and Glasgow, seeing a sniff of blood here, they've decided to go for another scrum.
2 penalties at scrum time against Buckley. Often though the referees, after he gives penalties against one team scrummaging, the next one goes the other way.
Yeah,
that'll be the Connacht hope.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of interpretation with referees, and it's that picture that you paint for him. But Dennis Buckley's under pressure, and after the last one, so it'd be interesting to see how he gets on here.
Back to the feet of Wilson once again. Horn peels away. It's better from Connacht. Oh, they just lose their shape again. Heads coming up to see what's happening, and they drive over. Glasgow have to go again here. There's no point in this time opting to take 3.
Absolutely, and from it's worrying times for the front row there from Connacht, and a very experienced front row at that. And Jimmy Duffy, the forwards coach, will be scratching his head, wondering what's happening here, because as I said, there's a lot of experience there. 2 of them, Dave Heffernan and Finlay Beelan, being internationals, and Dennis Buckley a few times been in the extended squad. But they're coming up against a strong Glasgow front row today.
Gerard Butler, the Connacht captain, just taking an opportunity to have a word or two with the referee, Ian Davies. Anything is worth trying at this sort of point. Just get some doubt in the referee's head, maybe, that all the infringements aren't by Connacht. Glasgow told to use the ball. Little switch. Horn, Peter Horn that is. Coming back against the grain of the running, ran straight into defenders. Connacht supporters roaring on their team here. It's been brave defence. Can they hold out this time? No. There's the touchdown. Yes, it is. Well, it was just too much pressure coming from Glasgow. Try number 3 from the visitors. Ryan Wilson gets the congratulations from his teammates.
Yeah, the co-captain Ryan Wilson, who's sharing that responsibility this year with Gibbons. But yeah, Connacht's point of view, they managed to withhold the scrum. But again, from Glasgow's forwards, quickly escaped the scrum and got into attacking positions and a couple of hit-ups. And as I said, it goes against Glasgow's kind of expansive ambitions. But they won't mind one iota, because they've scored 2 tries from very direct play.
Well, the co-captain Callum Gibbons was there, helping to drag Ryan Wilson over the line.
Yeah, there was about three Glasgow players, and it's almost like the Connacht defence didn't know who had the ball there. And Wilson just span out and had a free run into the line.
Peter Horn with a conversion attempt. Oh, they hurried that one a little bit and pulled it. Let off for Connacht.
And I see Jack Carty was trying to be a bit too clever there and trying to take a quick restart, but Ian Davis kindly reminding him that he was using a different ball.
Van der Merwe takes Kelleher up with the tackle. Connacht 17, Glasgow 17, following that Wilson try. And Glasgow conceding a penalty, silly mistake.
Yeah, the Glasgow player there being too overeager and trying to clear what was in front of him. You know, it's all well and good just clearing out the ruck and the defenders in front of you, but when you take it past the ruck area, you're not allowed to do that. And Ian Davis was quick to spot it. Yeah, he's up against Harley there. I think it might be slightly harsh on Harley. You know, Jared Butler was trying to move into a position to poach the ball, but Ian Davis deemed him to clear out too far, and on the back of that, it gives Jack Carty an opportunity to put Connacht ahead again.
Wonder what goes through his head. It's his fourth kick from almost an identical position. Is he just getting more and more confident, or does the mind begin to say, I'm going to miss one of these? He's taking a little bit more time, getting the ball right on the tee. But all three kicks so far, kind of within a 4-meter circle of where this one is. All three so far have been good. Yeah, good again from Carty. A little bit clearer to the crowd than on the camera angle, but Carty makes no mistake.
Gary, yeah, you can see that Connacht are fighting.
It was, but again, it was from a mistake from Glasgow's own doing. But now with 5 minutes to go, I mean, possession-wise, I think Connacht have 51 to Glasgow's 49%. So you can see, and that's reflected in the scoreboard. But Glasgow now will be looking to try and get back on the score sheet before the half.
Heffernan just took his eye off the ball as it came down. Knock-on advantage for Glasgow, so error from the restart.
Yeah, and Connacht will be disappointed now. That's probably the third restart that they've been unable to recoup, and it's such an important time of the game. You know, after you've just scored, to try and consolidate and get back down into the opponent's half. But unfortunately for Connacht, it's been sloppy play and an unforced error there with a knock-on, and giving Glasgow again an opportunity to attack from a scrum that's been very dominant, you have to say, so far.
Connacht leading 20 points to 17 going into the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Here in Glasgow, we'll be looking to try and exert some more dominance in the front row through Ferguson.
Yeah, solid from Connacht on that occasion. Van der Merwe in off the wing. Good leg drive from the winger once he hit contact. Johnny Gray, important tackle. Paul Boyle there to take the big second row low, but there's men wide here out to Seymour. O'Halloran gets across. And support came for the tackle. Turner, try scorer for Glasgow. Couldn't find a way through on that occasion. Infield to his front row partner, Oliver Kebbell. 3 front rowers for Glasgow look very, very good in the loose, but that time the ball snaffled. Deep inside the 22, Connacht get in and turn it over. It's been taken quickly. Farrell tackled a little bit awkwardly. Connacht having to commit a lot of players there to the breakdown to win the ball back. Beelum, the ball's gone loose and the tackle. Turner onto it. Gray brought down 5 meters short of the line. Oh, Wilson received the ball, was tackled quickly. Glasgow with a little bit more depth this time, but tried to get all the way wide when they were probably better going through the hands. Carty. Matt Healy was the one out wide. Had to jump for the ball and was then open for the tackle, but Connacht get the ball back. Carty under a little bit of pressure, a little fumble from the pass from Bealham, but he finds the safety a touch through the relief of the Connacht support.
Yeah, I think Carty was in two minds there. He knew he was under pressure, that the Connacht weren't really going anywhere, but he knew Cian Kelleher was out wide, and it was a kind of kick in between, really. It was too far for Kelleher to chase, and because the kick was too low, and he finds touch, but a couple of unforced errors by both teams. If we go back to Keble made a great break, and unfortunately Harley wasn't efficient enough in the breakdown to secure the ruck, and a turnover from Connacht. But then I think it was Bealham with another unforced error on your own 22, which is a cardinal sin these days, especially with the attacking prowess that Glasgow have. But I've been very impressed with George Turner so far. He's been strong in the scrum, and in terms of his carries, he's always getting over the gain line, and obviously has one try to his name.
Yeah, both teams playing really exciting rugby. And this beautiful setting on Galway Bay. Time for one last play before the break. Oh, it's all the way over the top. Butler the one alert at the back. Adam Hastings got a pinned one ankle to the ground. Butler couldn't step away.
Yeah, and Glasgow would have been disappointed there. They actually had put Gibbons in at scrum half in the line out, so they were either going to maul it or they had an intricate play, maybe to try and target the back of the Connacht line out. But unfortunately for the Warriors, it was overthrown, and Jared Butler said thank you very much.
Carty with a penalty, trying to seek out the touch judge inside the 22. He does that. That's a great kick.
Yeah, Cian Kelleher came in early doors, and I think he's done very well from Connacht's point of view, especially considering it was Owen McKeown came off quite early injured. But there's higher hopes for Cian Kelleher. He can play either in the back row or the second row. A big frame on him.
Oh, the ball stolen in the line out. George Horn whips around. Gets the pass away to his brother under his own posts. Kick half blocked down. Penalty for offside. He appeals that it came off a Connacht player, which it did. But as Ian Davies points out, doesn't matter, he was offside when it was kicked.
Yeah, he's saying that Horn was offside. He was in an offside position before the ball was kicked. So unfortunate for Glasgow Warriors. But look, for Connacht's point of view, a great bit of effort there to charge the ball down, and it looks like Connacht are going to go for another 3 points. Last play of the game, at the half, sorry.
Yeah, they're appealing to the referee.
And I'm not sure if that's wise by Peter Horn questioning Ian Davis after he's made a decision. And Ian Davis politely saying, I'm 100% sure.
Was his little brother was offside, though.
That's one thing you learn. Referees will very rarely change their mind once they've made a decision. And there's no point arguing.
Oh, Carty. Kicking well in this first half. Chance to stretch the lead to 6 points. First one from the left-hand side from Carty. He makes no mistake. Ian Davies blows the half-time whistle. And in bright sunshine, Connacht go in marginally in front. It's been an excellent first half, Michael.
It has. A strange one. A great start by Glasgow, scoring after a minute. But then Connacht came back and started to show some build some phases and show what they can do. But definitely in the second half, Glasgow will be targeting the scrum. and also around the ruck area because their forwards are doing very well in the loose.
Half time at the Sports Ground. Connacht 23, Glasgow 17.
Oh, because we see more just around accents. Good luck with the conversion.
I think what it ended up was I had my mic and your headphones the other way around.
Okay, so I think you just got a number of the mics.
Yeah.
Just put a label on
Yeah.
What's the situation? What can you hear?
I can hear everything now.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I started, I couldn't hear John. He couldn't hear the beat. Yeah.
got advantage, free play. Advantage over. Still got advantage, free play. Advantage over. Still got advantage, free play. Advantage over.
You're very welcome back to the Sports Grant. Connacht side out. There's their captain, Jared Butler. He'll be happy with things, the way things have gone so far. They lead 23 points to 17. How do they approach the second half, Michael?
Yeah, it's for Connacht. I mean, they'll be focusing on trying to improve the scrum, obviously. Also, in terms of the penalties conceded, they conceded 6, whereas Glasgow conceded 9. So, from Glasgow's point of view, you know, they're to be trying to reduce that penalty count. That was just basically too much in the first half. But for Glasgow, the main thing was 12 missed tackles compared to Connacht's 3. And if Glasgow have any chance of winning this game, they're going to have to bring that stat down massively.
Yeah, the referee let the game run well. There was lots of pile-up of penalties and penalties during advantages inside the 222s. It resulted in a couple of scores, but Ian Davies let things run well. Jack Carty's having a good afternoon with the boot, 5 from 5 in the first half as he gets this second half underway. And George Horne having to stretch for that Wilson pass a little bit. O'Halloran waiting for the little grubber kick through. That was a good defensive line. O'Halloran. And Carty throwing it all the way wide. There's a little bit of space out there. And Healy doesn't need much space. Advances into the 22. Blade gets the ball away. Pull back. Farrell. O'Halloran had to use the boot. Good skills to control the ball and hold on to possession. A couple of sky blue shirts bearing down on Tiernan O'Halloran. Buckley now. Oh, a little bit of space for Godwin maybe. Closed down quickly. Good tackle by Fagerson. Blade just tempting Horn into a little bit of a rash decision.
Yeah, that was the first opportunity that the Connacht supporters got to see Matt Healy attacking. You know, when he gets the ball in a little bit of space, he has electric pace to really kind of put the opposition under pressure. But it all came about from a very strange kick from Glasgow. Just a grubber kick that was just basically handed the ball back to Connacht on a plate, and right in the centre of the pitch that Halloran exploited massively, really. And again, we talk about the penalty count, and once again, it's a penalty that could easily have been avoided from Glasgow's point of view, and gives the opportunity for Jack Carty to increase Connacht's lead.
Here you see how threatening Healy can be out wide. Strength and good feet and pace. And good effort from the prop forward Fagerson to get there. That's nice from O'Halloran. Watched it all the way. That's the thing, there was players coming in, but he never took his eye off the ball. Very easy to look up at the tackler.
Yeah, and Tiernan O'Halloran is one of those guys who seems to be good at every sport he tries, soccer, whether he's soccer or GEA or anything he puts his mind to it.
Carty. Well, can he continue where he left off at half-time? 5 from 5 in the first half. Sends that one on its way. He's got under it a little bit, but it has plenty of distance. Good kick. And Glasgow stretched that lead.
Yeah, we talk about the confidence for Jack Carty in his kicking percentages, and being 6 from 6, albeit in a day where conditions favours kicking from feet. He'd be delighted with that. But once again, Glasgow, unforced error, giving away a stupid penalty for offside when the 9 thought the ball was out, and we'll be hoping to rectify this.
Great height on the restart. Connacht deal with it well this time. Dave Heffernan securing possession for the home team. Buckley running into a big tackle from Johnny Gray. The bolted Butler just a little bit forward.
And again, an unforced error in your own 22, and both teams have been guilty of it so far in this game. And I think Ian Davis has called for a foul play there on possibly Finlay Bealham coming in with the shoulder on, I think it's Johnny Gray, who was lying on the floor.
Yeah, the ball was dislodged, just bubbled about, came forward off Bealham's arm, but did Bealham connect with Johnny Gray? Water carriers on as well, badly needed, a lovely warm day. Sun shining brightly, hardly a puff of wind, roasting up here in the commentary position.
Yeah, and obviously there was no foul play there, deemed by Ian Davis. It was just shown on the highlight reel there. But once now, scrums were beneficial to Glasgow in the first half, and Connacht now will be keen to try and get a more positive scrum in the start of the second half.
3 men lined up straight behind the scrum. They split. They go to the narrow side. Adam Hastings. Great play by him, but eventually forced into touch. Lazy sort of running, but very effective.
Yeah, you could see there with the 3 lined up behind each other, the Glasgow players, it put a lot of doubt into the minds of Tom Farrell and Caelan Blade, and a really good bit of play there by the 9. He just faked to go right. Tom Farrell just stepped off his right foot to come in, and when the ball was released out wide, he was just in a bad position, but recovered well and made the tackle in the corner.
Shortened line from Connacht. They secure possession. They now have to set up the platform to clear. Oh, silly from Glasgow, all offside. Conceded penalty, let Connacht escape the 22 easily now.
And I sound like a broken record here, but once again, Dave Rennie will be absolutely livid with the team. There's absolutely no reason from a set piece to be deemed offside.
Kick just sliced a little bit. It's found the safety a touch all right, but not out to the 10-metre line. Short line again. Butler, big hit come in from Harley, but Butler rode the challenge. Oh, quick hands from Connacht. Heffernan is out there. Strength from him. Good leg drive. Buckley driving into the tackle. Glasgow player loitering offside, but Davies not interested. Farrell, a little roll to protect the ball. Blade brings Connacht to this right-hand side once again. And that's Kyle Godwin. Oh, Delan is Gray in for the poach. Yes, he is. Just turnover ball. Gibbons ducking out of one tackle. Still the advantage for Glasgow. Oh, lovely flat pass. Cummings coming onto it. Oh, tried to pop it up out of the tackle. It was a free play for Glasgow.
Yeah, and before Delan got turned over there, it was a lovely little snapshot of what kind of game plan that Connacht are trying to implement this year. High tempo, forwards interchanging with backs, even coming from the start of the line-out with Finlay Bealham taking the easy option and passing the ball to the scrum half, and a lovely carry by Jared Butler, who's been very inspirational today in his new role as Connacht captain. Obviously, following in the footsteps of Connacht legend John Muldoon, it's no easy feat, but I think he's played very well up to date so far.
There's the poach. Gray in great body position.
Yeah, for a big man to get down so low in that position, it's a great skill to execute.
Well, Andy Friend, first experience of a packed full house at the sports ground. First experience of the glorious weather you always get here.
I don't know what, yeah, of course, I know what you're referring to. It's always beautiful sunshine in the west of Ireland, as it is in Glasgow as well. But Glasgow here calling a full line out, and it'd be interesting to see. They've got some good yards from the Mauls in the first half, so we'll have to see.
Well, it went to Wilson, but Connacht got a hand in. Wilson couldn't control it, and Connacht react first, turn over the ball. Heffernan. No way through. And again, a little bit of indiscipline from Johnny Gray.
Yeah, and a lot of the penalties that Glasgow have come away with this year are around this game have been around the breakdown, and Ian Davis is getting sick of this now because they're mounting up. And I think from Connacht's point of view, you can just see they've upped the ante in terms of the ball carriers. Jared Butler, Dave Heffernan. In the first half they were carrying, but in the second half just a bit more of a purpose and just the ambition to create quicker ball, to see what the Connacht backs can do. But from Glasgow's point of view, they absolutely need to cut these penalties out, because there's no way they're going to win this game on the back of that.
Must be difficult for a second row, and he sees the opportunity to scrag the scrum half to pass it up.
Exactly. But unfortunately, in this day and age, the statistics are there's no hiding place, and when you're trying to build momentum, it's very difficult to do so when you're giving away penalties every couple of minutes. And now Connacht are bringing on Irish international Quinn Roux to add some ballast to the scrum. No doubt he'll be packing down on the tight head side to give some support to Finlay Bealham.
Fraser Brand coming on for Glasgow, as is their new signing Nick Frisby to make his competitive debut. Australian international, that's him, number 21.
Yeah, in Glasgow in the summer, they were fairly quiet in the transfer market. Obviously lost a couple of players of note, but Frisby coming in from the Queens and Reds, and now an opportunity to show what he can do.
In for George Horn at scrum half. Lovely little reverse pass, but it was well read. Healy coming in from the wing. Blade tries a little chip over the top. There's plenty of blue shirts back there. Hogg, so much experience, sees a little bit of space. Nice chip over the top. Which way is it going to bounce? So it bounces, kicks again. Clever play. Beautiful work from Stuart Hogg, and he's pushed Connacht back to the 22.
Yeah, you just saw there why Stuart Hogg twice Taurus with the British and Irish lines. Originally came from a really good kick, clever kick by Caelan Blaine, seeing that no one was back home. But Hogg was quickest to react. Little chip kick, saw that there was Connacht were disjointed in defence. Knew there was no option to pass the ball and just hooped the ball downfield and gained another 50 metres. So from being in their own 22 deep, they're now camped in the Connacht 22.
And Hogg will be willing a side on to turn this field position into a score. Delan rises. Another show, the quick pass. Kelleher racing up to halfway. Oh, great work by the substitute hooker, Fraser Brand, to get back. Look to dive in to try and snaffle possession then. Farrell. Oh, lovely little release. Back to Paul Boyle. Great stuff from Connacht up to the 22 now. Good protection, Butler. Can Connacht move it quickly? Delan driving into the tackles. Feld on the 22. Blade comes in. Into the hands of Gallagher. He stopped just on that 22-metre line. Good defence from Glasgow. They've reorganised here. O'Halloran in the line. Glasgow, super line speed. They've snuffed out this challenge. Connacht will have to start again. They do with Delan. Quinn Roux just into the action. Good carry from him.